I think it's been a year since we've talked.
Probably about that.
Yeah, a lot's happened, it
I
sounds
think
like.
probably more than that.
Honestly, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Well,
How you how you
how's it
been?
going? I've been great. You
I'm
seem
okay.
like you've been great too.
I'm doing okay. I'm still hanging in there. Just getting
So, very, very excited, man, to celebrate the new Pentagram release. And I
Yeah.
was thinking about this earlier. It's been 9 years since Curious Volumes. It's almost been a
Really?
decade.
10. Yeah. Actually
Yeah.
about
So
yeah,
why has
long.
it been such a long gap between
Uh
releases?
I guess we weren't signed. I don't really know. I don't know. I just, we did a lot of touring over the last 10 years and just never really got around to it. Had some member switches around here and there, and so a little bit of disorganized period too, and so forth and so on,
Yeah.
and on offs, same old shit, different day. Yeah.
How'd you get signed to Heavy Psych Sounds?
Uh, I got hooked up through Pellet. Uh, he was working with us and helped out to secure the contract with them, and um, actually we've been signed to the contract since last June,
Oh,
so it's
wow.
been a year now. Yeah,
Wow.
been a long time. But we had, like I say, on off stuff and member change coming up and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Whole new lineup. I can't tell you who's in it yet till the 27th because the label said don't do that. So,
To the
I'm
27th of this
yeah,
month?
yeah, on the 27th we'll announce the members. Yeah.
Very, very exciting. How's it been working with the label?
It's been good so far.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll get things off the ground real soon. Got the new release of the re-release of Review Choices and Sub Basement coming out in about less than 2 months, probably beginning of
Yeah.
roughly.
And this
And
was because it's off Spotify and everything because of label issues, right?
yeah, because the label we were on before that issued it, that had them out many, many years ago, folded. They sold out, and so they removed the stuff, and we had to relicense them to a new label. So now they'll be re-released and they have brand new covers and some really good artwork on them and stuff. And I'm happy that that's going to get done. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And don't get me wrong, I have it right here.
there you go.
Probably my favorite Pentagram release.
Mine.
Really, really good. So I'm looking forward to like the remaster and to see the new art and everything. Is it the same artist who's doing the cover for the new record?
No, no. Oh yeah, for the brand new record, yeah,
Yeah,
probably will be. It more than likely will be. We're
cool.
reviewing some different things right now, and going over stuff. We haven't
Yeah,
really
and it's going to
done
be
it.
remastered as well.
Yeah, those two will be remastered and so forth. That and review choices, but we'll probably end up using the same artist. We're not sure yet. It's all in the up in the air stage still right now. But the album will get done this year, and will be the brand new one will get released this year.
Cool. Do you see yourself remastering any other Pentagram records in the future?
Uh, I don't know. I'm kind of getting tired of wanting to rehash stuff over and over again. It's like it's a little pretentious, and I just like to move forward really myself. 'Cause,
Yes.
this is gonna have all brand new songs and everything like that, and all new people, and you know, so forth and so on. And that's
Cool.
where I'm really geared towards right now in my head. I want to keep moving forward. Too
Yeah.
little time, too much to do. Uh, uh,
Well, it feels like it's the era of remasters right now. I'm not sure if you've seen the Tony Martin reissues.
no, I heard about that, but just through grapevine and stuff. I don't keep up with a lot of stuff in the music world, recently, but I heard about it. That's cool.
A
I
lot of
like to.
baseball currently.
Yeah, a hell of a lot of baseball, man. Baseball's 9 to 12 hours a day now, and it's mandatory, baby.
Nothing
That's
wrong with
that's
that,
what
man. Good old
hey,
American sport.
Yeah, keeps my peace of mind too.
Yeah.
It keeps me from losing my way. You know, I wouldn't want to go
Yeah,
off the hills. So yeah. So I,
just like, is that the average day of Bobby? You know, if it's not
yeah,
music, just ripping cigarettes, watching some baseball.
yeah, all day and night. Yeah, I was in the middle of a game and I said, "Oh my God!" I was starting to get like kind of woozy, and I woke up like about 6 o'clock this morning. And which is for those of you who don't know, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time, USA, and and so I was starting to get tired, and then I said, "Oh shit! Oh my God! What time is it? I know I'm late," and it was 1:50. I said, "I think I better go in the other room and nail this down here." Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I appreciate you. You joined it pretty early, so I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
On time. You seem like you're in just such a good place in life right now.
I'm just cruising. Huh? Yeah,
Yeah, I think the last time we talked, you were like just about moving. You know, it was very chaotic on your end. We
it
we had to
was.
do this on Messenger on Facebook.
Right, right.
Yeah.
No, it's better this way. Yeah, I'm really pretty settled now. Where I am. I'm up outside of Philly now, and I'm going to stay here.
Oh,
You know,
cool. Yeah, I'm still in Boston as of now.
good old
So
Boston,
good
huh?
old the
Boston.
dirty water's still dirty here. Um, so we're getting an all new lineup. So what's the reasoning behind the departure of the old one?
uh, Greg and them just decided that they, had run the course and stuff. We parted it very amicably and congenially and lovingly, and it's been a long time. Greg was with me a very long time, and so was Matt, and Ryan's been there for a couple of years. But uh, we just decided, hey, we got. I have to keep on playing, and I have to play live, and I've got to do a lot more touring, and the guys weren't able to do that anymore. You run into different paths in life, and you move your own way. And it was time to move. That's all, really. There's no real heavy reason behind it or any of that kind of stuff, turmoil or anything per se. And it's like all families. You move, keep moving. Right?
Yeah.
Life goes on, right? And
Well,
Greg
it's
wants to
good to
spend more
hear.
time with his family and with you know, his business that he's doing personally and stuff like that. And same thing with Matt. I mean, they're working other careers too, and this is my only one. And they understood. It's like, hey, we know you've got to keep playing. You gotta put food in your mouth. It's just what I do. What I've done my whole life. I'm a bum professionally too.
So how did you go about putting together the new lineup?
uh, well, really, Pellet wanted to hook us up about a year ago, and I wasn't up for it at the time because the band members who were currently there were staying as of that time period, and we had just signed for the album, and they were going to be on board initially, but other things, circumstances came about and stuff, and they realized I've got to keep touring, and so Pellet was instrumental in doing that.
Cool.
And I worked on and off with him various things, mostly recording contract business. That's where to me, his predominant strengths with the band were, and still, prevail and so forth. He said, "Well, I've got a few labels interested and so forth. I get you a recording contract like that. So he introduced the people who are now going to be there to me. This was last August, September, and I wasn't prepared to do that with him at the time. And when he suggested that, and so I said, no, I can't do this now. I'm a very loyal guy to my my troops, and that's one thing people who know me know about me. And I didn't want to just say, well, I'm leaving. I'm getting all new band stuff. So I said no at the time, and then things, transpired, and so it came to be. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I saw on Instagram, I believe you said this is like the best Pentagram release
Well,
to
it will
date.
be. It will
Yeah,
be a heavy one. It's gonna have, it'll be all new songs and stuff, and you know, co-contributing and so forth. And the guys are really good about letting me. I mean, uh, I don't want to put it a weird way, but Pentagram is like my baby for many, many decades now. And I wanted to have a lot more say so in the input and stuff like that. And they're very yielding in that way, which is really cool. And they're very, very good players. You know, when you see the announcements come out, you'll realize who the people are. I think they've
so
already made
exciting.
some names in the business on their own accord, most definitely. And yeah, it'll all work. It's
Yeah.
going to be a good heavy. It's going to be a real heavy album. Probably be 10 songs, so something like that.
Well, like
Well,
40 minutes about.
yeah, 40, 50 minutes in there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So you
Mhm.
were talking about having like more input. So what does that creative chemistry look like between you and the members? Like, do they give you a riff and you're like, well, do this and that. I change this up.
People ask that all the time. It comes in different ways. It comes, it can be just a spur of the moment thing, or they can, sometimes they'll write complete tunes, basic, like rhythm track, guitar, rhythm track, and drumming and stuff. And then I'll add to it and subtract from it. And I'm pretty insistent on writing the lyrics myself. I like to write the lyrics, and nowadays I've become much more adept at doing that. And I don't play guitar anymore. Once in a blue moon, just to fiddle around, and but I do have the ideas. Nevertheless, since I read and write, and I've been playing 60 something years, guitar and bass, I know what I'm doing, and I know what I want to have in there. But it's more like just I'm a fundamentalist. Uh, I'm very old school. It's just like I'll hum you this little riff and da da da, and then I'll poke on the frets here and there. No, I meant this. I meant that. And that kind of stuff, and just tell them, and we'll abridge things and amend them and subtract and stuff like that. Go from that point. But
Yeah.
lyrics, I really enjoy writing the lyrics. They come to me very easily nowadays. I got a lot more time under my belt in life, so lyrics come you know, more fluidly to me now of experiences I've had and so forth and so on. Recollections. Get old, you live and learn. So it's more to talk about.
For sure,
I
man.
guess. I guess. I got a big mouth anyway, so what the hell?
Now, I remember last time we talked, you were always talking about, there's so many places you want to tour that you haven't yet. When this album comes out, is there like going to be a big tour for it?
I don't know about a big tour as such, but there'll be a lot more touring. And that was one of the key points, of the member change thing also, is that these people are on board to do, like, I want to go out like for an entire month at a time, do like 25 cities, like 3 or 4 times next year. And we've already got stuff on the table for to go back to Mexico and South America, and then we're going to go next year definitely, and we're also going to go to Japan, Australia, New Zealand finally, which was got abruptly paused by the pandemic, and all over Europe again. And hopefully we'll hit some places in the States too. But we're going to do a lot of fucking touring. Yeah,
Right, right.
yeah. I got to stay on the road. I'm a road dog, man. I love the road. I love to travel constantly. I live out of a suitcase anyway. What the hell? I don't need a big fancy mansion and all that stuff in my sports car collection and my guitar collection and my this collection and my that collection. Uh, I just, I like to keep moving.
Yeah, maybe you can catch a couple ball games on the road too.
Yeah, that would be nice. If I got
Yeah.
to go off and we're in the U.S. We're not. The U.S. states are not going to be as extensive, of course, probably as overseas dates, but we'll definitely be going West Coast and Midwest. We've never been all through the entire Midwest and stuff like that.
Wow,
And then
really?
we got like, yeah, we've got already 4 or 5 gigs. The Levitation Festival down in Texas around Halloween, beginning of November, and we're doing like 4 days down in Texas, and we've got a lot of stuff lined up. We leave and we start. The first gig that we'll be playing will be in Madrid on in Spain, Madrid, Spain. Yes, not Madrid, Georgia, but but Madrid, Spain, on the 27th of October, and do a couple dates there, a couple in Greece, and, Germany, and Switzerland, and we'll come home and organize a little more, and hopefully we'll get mixed around that time.
Cool.
I'm going to Seattle. That's it. I'm going to Seattle to record uh, during July and August, and to Texas. That's another hint. Okay,
Ooh.
I can't drop names, so
Okay.
but yeah, I'm going to these places to rehearse the stage set for live, which will finally include like 4 or 5 songs from Sub Basement, and uh, so a few of the old ones and a few new ones, hopefully brand new ones too. And so I'll be doing the recording up in the Seattle area, and rehearsing up there for the most part.
Yeah, it's about time America is getting all these metal festivals. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
Hell's Heroes is a really big upcoming one, which is great. And it must be so nice to be able to bounce around those. I know bands that don't even tour anymore, but just do festivals in the US.
right, right. Well,
Yeah.
there's an awful lot of them compared to what there used to be, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, but then on the other hand, everything is called a festival now, practically. You don't have, you have these club dates in between, and small venues in between, which are an awful lot of fun too, because then you get to closely relate to the people, come out after you play and just mingle and schmooze and stuff like that. And it's fun to get the fans on board and get them close to you and stuff. But the festivals, of course, you have the masses, so it works advantageously
Yep.
on both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah,
Mhm.
festival's definitely a very loose term nowadays. I've been to festival and it's like, oh, it's in a brewery. You
Right,
think, yeah, you
right.
think there might be a big stage, but yeah, it's a very, very loose term nowadays.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Even in Europe, I mean, the like we just got back and we did Desert Fest in Berlin, and that was indoors, just an indoor 4,000 people, which is not like the major big festivals are, like when we did Hellfest and whacking the major biggies, stuff like that. They're landfill, great big, but
yeah.
it's fun to do the smaller gigs too. Of course, I like the people, like I say, to get to know the people and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure, man. And you've been doing a lot of networking too. Like I saw you, was that the first time you met Jinx recently?
Yeah, it was.
I can't
Yeah,
believe the
a
first you
lovely person.
finally met her. About
Yeah, yeah,
time.
yeah. I went out and sang with Lucifer, did Fair My Queen on stage with Lucifer, and got to meet Jinx there from Coven also, and good people. And I've wanted to for a long time. She's a lovely person. She is. She's fun too. She's fun as hell.
Yeah, Coven is such a good band. Another great heavy hard rock band.
Yeah, they've been around a lot longer than I have. My God.
Yeah, that'd be a tour I think every fan would like to see, like a Pentagram Coven co-headlining tour. That'd be amazing.
Never know. You never know.
You never know. I'm planting the seeds now. So I
Right,
know,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I know you're a big vinyl collector.
I
Well,
used to.
this Pentagram used to be. You sold it recently?
No, no, I didn't sell it. It's just stored away. I've got it
Um,
for a
it's for your
non-disclosed
son,
location.
right?
Yes, it's for my son. Yes.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Uh,
Or to help take care of him after I'm not around. So, because he's
yep.
only 13 now. My gosh, he'll be a lot of years, hopefully, down the road after I'm departed.
Mhm.
And, you know, and for my
Uh-huh.
wife.
Yeah,
So,
of course.
yeah.
Now, will we get the whole Taylor Swift treatment where it's like 20 variants of this record where you can get it in blue, purple, red, splatter?
Yup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, get it in all the colors and as well as black vinyl, and you'll get it on CD and streaming. There'll be a few different, even Reader Choices will have several different cover
Oh,
artwork
cool.
that are slight amendments to the actual cover itself. And Sub Basement, I want to keep. I love the cover that they've got worked up for that. Is fucking incredible. It's one of the best pieces of art I've ever seen.
Really, really exciting, man. That label has some, they definitely know how to take care of their artists. And I
Yeah,
think like this is such a perfect label for Pentagram to be in.
I
Like,
hope
so,
so.
yeah.
I hope so. That's what I've heard, that they take good care, and they've been taking good care of us so far,
Hmm.
and along really amicably with them, and they're looking out for us.
Yeah. So did the label give you like really good studio time and a budget for this release?
No, as a matter of fact, they didn't give us the budget's nice, but yeah,
Yeah.
they yeah, we got signed for a decent thing, a good thing.
Cool.
It's just an album deal right now, I mean, and the two re-releases, but they want to keep working with the band. I think it looks that way.
Yeah, and roughly what are we looking at? I know you can't give any specific release dates, but at a very rough, you know, estimate
You mean for the brand new one or
for
the
the brand new record, the
uh,
Untitled.
right around the end of the year?
Okay,
It'll
late
be
2024.
yeah, it'll be out in 2024. Yeah, we're definitely pushing to get it out for sure in 2024,
Cool.
because 25 we've got all this tour coming up stuff, and worldwide, and we want to kind of debut it like you were saying before. Whether we play several songs off of it or more, we don't know yet. It's very much just in the forming stage right now. You know, like I
Yeah.
said, I'm going out of 1 month from today. I have to leave and go to Seattle to start the rehearsals and the recording, and that'll take up the next month and a half after that.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a year for Pentagram. Even Late Night with the Devil, where I was really pleasantly surprised to see the
Yeah,
opening song of the film, you
yeah, it
know?
was pretty. Yeah, I was kind of happy about that too. It was pretty neat. It's a good film, man, and I don't like horror movies anymore at all. And but it's not really a horror movie as such. It's like a thriller and an exorcist type of spin-off thing. It's really unusual. I thought the whole format of the movie is kind of an unusual settings. It could be a one-act play, actually, and it's really a cool movie. I really liked it.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of horror movies today, it's all a lot of like recycled premises and ideas
Yeah,
where it's very original. And the movie's getting a ton of praise and attention. So
yeah,
to see Pentagram being the first opening track is really, really awesome.
that's cool. Thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. It was really neat surprise to me too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what did you get like a call from the studio or
Uh,
something? How does that work?
um, there's all kinds of different ways it can work. We just got notified that they want to use and had planned to use the song, and it's like, okay, I'm not going to stop you. I mean, you can use the
Yeah.
money, man.
Yeah.
No, I like anyway. Just like people all over the world to hear us more and more and more. I want
For
to
sure,
leave
man.
some memory behind, some legacy. Yeah.
Yeah, how like and you were talking about this tour, man. Like, how do you even go about putting together a set list anymore? Because there's so much material now with this new release.
Yeah, it was basically, we have to do, there's like a half a dozen songs, 8 songs, even up to 10, that are musts, that are mainstay songs that people expect to hear and always have. And they're popularized, through decades of playing and stuff like that. And we have to keep those. And then we said, we really want to add some of the stuff from Sub Basement. That was a popular thing amongst all of us in the new band, that we definitely should be playing some of these songs because they've never gotten played live, except for I did the 2 gigs with the Rivet Heads last year in Texas and played all deep cuts and stuff. And that was really fun. And it was like, my new drummer, he listened to those the other day and he said, "Wow, that's really cool." To hear those songs from that album getting done live. So we decided, let's definitely throw in, 3 or 4 from Sub Basement, because it was a heavy album, man. It got overlooked a lot because of First Days Here, because they came out within a month of each other when they finally came out in, 2001. And
Yeah. It's a great record. Sub Basement is such underrated, heavy hard rock record.
yeah, heavy
One
hard
of my
rock.
heavy hard rock. We
You know
talked
that.
yeah. We talked about this on the last time you were on the show.
Yeah.
So I've been calling it that. Gotta respect the band, you know what I mean, and the sound.
Yeah. Well,
Because you come from the era of Dust and Mountain, Saint Lord Baltimore, I believe.
Sir Lord
Is
Baltimore.
yeah, Sir Lord Baltimore. Yeah, so good,
Yeah.
man. So
All the,
so great bands. Did you see any of those guys live?
saw them all many
Saw them
times.
all? Oh,
Yeah. I've done 6 times. I saw Lord Baltimore, both album tours, first and second album tour. And I saw Mountain, at least 8 times. I knew Leslie very well. And yeah, it was a
yeah.
reading music, man. It was still a lot of innovation going on too. A lot
I'm
of creativity.
jealous, man.
There was a lot of creativity that hadn't been, explored yet in music. It's
For
hard to come
sure.
new now. I mean, truly, there's that much, new left. And that's if you really bend the rules here and there, and fuse little types of music together. But it's mostly, it's rehashed, like you said much earlier.
Well, even you guys back in the day, it was like, let's be heavier than Blue Cheer. Now it's like, where do you even go? Like, what
Yeah,
boundaries are there to even push anymore?
there aren't.
Yeah.
It's kind of all said and done,
You think
So
there's no more room for innovation in metal?
not really. I think it's all just gonna recycle, flip over with. It's a generational thing. I mean, your generation listens to stuff that they hadn't been exposed to back when it first came out in the 60s and 70s, and hopefully can take a little bit slight detours and slants on that, and remold it enough to make it interesting. It's
Yeah.
important and interesting, man. I don't like once it's just like redo it, redo it, redo it. It's not my cup of tea. So
Yeah. I feel like in terms of, heaviness, I feel like I'm not sure if you're familiar with the band Sun, Sun O or whatever, where they'll
yeah,
hold a note for like 5 minutes. I feel like we've hit the wall, honestly. You
yeah,
know?
I agree. No
Yeah.
comment. Stand
Yeah. Yeah.
down and
Yeah. No comment. But
be
we
it
were talking about,
or not,
go ahead.
be it my cup of tea or not. You don't. I don't tread on anyone. Don't
Everyone
tread on
has their audience, you know?
you. Yeah,
Yeah. But that's what's so cool, man. Like, I feel like Pentagram has such a diverse audience. The band's been around for like around 50 years now, about,
yeah. It'll be
and
50 coming
yeah,
in
and
here.
it's like a lot of people are going to the shows, were born post like albums like Sub Basement,
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. It's 3 generations old now,
Yeah,
and
which that must feel great.
it does feel good. It feels cool when people bring their grandchildren and stuff like that to see us. And I used to listen to you back in the 70s, and that. It's my grandson, my granddaughter. It's pretty neat. Yeah, I met a lot of cool kids along the way and stuff. And the basic audience is about 18 to 35 now of us. It's all flipped over again. You know,
Especially being on the new label too. Like you'll get quite a lot of there's definitely like a younger side to that label, I think.
Good.
A lot of upcoming like the doom bands are on
Right.
that. You know what I mean?
There are a lot of good bands on the label. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. A
So
lot of
hopefully,
heavy bands.
yeah, there are a lot of real heavy bands. Uh, the guitar player in one of the bands is the owner of the label and the president of the label, so it helps.
Yeah, I can see why that would.
Yeah,
Now, we were talking about set lists and playing live, and of course the people coming to the shows. Do you have any interest in the future putting out like a live record?
I do. Yeah, and
Yeah.
we're going to start more often recording most nights we do, starting in the next year, and compile stuff. Because I'd like to put out a really killer, good new live album. I mean, last time we did a live album, shit was in Helsinki, double live in Helsinki, and that was
Yeah,
20. Wow, time flies, man. God
I know,
damn.
man.
Yeah. So hopefully when we do that again, yeah, I'd like to.
Well, you guys are killer live. Like some festivals will put out like a couple singles, because they record it too, and they'll put out some tracks, and it's like I was watching, like, damn, like you guys are still, up here,
Oh, thank you.
just
I hope we.
fantastic live.
Thank you. I hope we can keep that standard with the new band. I'm pretty confident about that. I've got some hellfire kick-ass players, and we plan to try to keep the standards up. Great. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We last time you were on, I literally went through the entire Pentagram discography. And one record at a time, you gave me your thoughts on it. Now, with the newest record, how do you feel it compares to the rest of the band's discography? You touched on it a little bit, but I'd love for you to
I
elaborate.
hopefully it's going to remain in the same tradition as always. I want to keep it killer heavy, and I don't think there's going to be very much laid back on this album, uh, so to speak. It's just penta music. It's just going to be more penta music. If you like Pentagram, then I think you'll like what we're going to be doing. You know,
Yeah.
there's some killer stuff coming up. I really don't know how to elaborate too much on it. Too much I can
Well,
say.
I'll take your word, man.
It's going to retain the sound. That's important to me.
Yeah.
I'm just on that part that we retain the basic sound of the band, and the basic sound has changed through the years too. Though we've moved in various directions, but it just stays heavy. That's the point. Yeah, bottom
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as a fan, I'm happy to hear that. You know,
Oh,
if
it'll
it's
have
if it's same old great Pentagram,
it'll
I'm
have
here
plenty of
for it.
lead guitar breaks and plenty of really killer drums and some motherfucker bass playing and some. It's gonna have some real good stuff. I'm telling you, these guys. Yeah, I can't say enough. I wish I could tell you, but I can't.
Yeah.
Ain't that a bum? Yeah, it's
I know,
frustrating.
man. It's
It's like, God damn it, I want to tell everybody in the fucking band, you know?
but
So
listen, man, once the word comes out, I bet everyone's gonna be very, very
now,
excited
a week from now, it'll come out.
a week from now. And
Yes,
are
it'll come.
and also like in terms of this record, well, do you know if there's gonna be like some singles leading up to its release?
I don't know if there'll be some. There may be one. Excuse me, I'm tapping on my pack of cigarettes,
Yeah, no worries.
beating them down. And uh, there probably will be one that'll premiere. Uh, I'm not sure what it depends. A lot of it's up to the label and what they want to push and how they want to approach it.
Yeah.
Just forming their strategy to coincide with ours too and work with us, And um, I think since the album is going to come out this year, I don't know if it's going to lend a lot of time to actually doing a single as such, you know, because we're playing right off the bat. As soon as we record the album, we got to start going out and playing. So it's not going to avail us a lot of time to sit around and film stuff and have all this kind of thing, you know. And so it depends on the label's push too, and what they want to, you know, they want to fly people around too, and you know, babysit with us, and you know, film this, film that, and we'll see what happens. It's
Yeah.
just formative right now.
Well, it's so nice how like how labels treat their artists nowadays, opposed to like back in the day. You know, I feel like labels are
Oh,
so much more relaxed now.
well, they're relaxed, but they don't give you the support they used to. You used to
Really?
get label support, you get hundreds of thousands poured into you, you know, hundreds of thousands. You know, here, I mean, you see bands used to, you know, okay, well, let's see, on the contract, we want the prostitutes and the cocaine and the blah 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 blah, blah all that, you know, all that bullshit that labels don't, you know, don't feed into, of course, because of social stigmas and the media and stuff like that anymore. That they used to put up big bucks for that kind of, and you'll ride all in a separate limousine and all that kind of bullshit. You know, it's, uh, they used to kind of let the reins loose on letting you play rock star, and now it's a lot more hard work to it, confined to hard work and,
Yeah.
you know, perseverance, and you know, keeping your focus. So they do support you. I won't say they don't, you know, but it's a different climate. Let's just put it that way. You know, it's the best way to put it. It's a different,
Yeah.
you know, different social era, you know, that we entered. The
It's
new,
so interesting how much the industry has changed because I've heard of labels not even signing bands if they don't have over 10,000 Instagram followers. You know, such a different landscape
a lot of that's a lot.
nowadays.
No, they're bullshitting you a lot of the way. But well, who are the? Show me all the list of the people. Can I call them all up on the phone and they'll tell me, yeah, I follow them. I
Yeah.
one half
Yeah.
dozen, and you know, you make a smoke screen. You got to keep building under the bonfire to keep the smoke going. You know, so you got to keep fueling your own self. You know,
Yeah. Well, a lot of people just buy followers too,
right,
you
right.
know.
You have people on Instagram all the time. Do you want to have more viewers? You know, and all that. I mean, I've boosted a post before. You know,
I'm guilty
most
of
of
it.
us have by now. We've tried that one out. Let's see if it really. And then they tell you the numbers go up, but we're. How do you know? Fuck
Yeah.
shit. Oh, facade. You know, you don't know anymore with AI. You
Yeah,
know,
I know, right? It's
that's fun
so
shit.
crazy.
Bullshit you all the way down the line, man. We got them. We got their money. You know, right?
With with AI and stuff, would you ever sign off of doing like a pentagram hologram tour in like
No,
2070?
I knew you were getting ready to say that. Here comes the hologram.
Yeah.
No, hell no.
Never.
A lot of crap. No, I don't believe in that kind of stuff. If you can't play the goddamn music, then don't fuck with it. I mean, what kind of shit is that? Oh boy, we didn't get to see them, but we still can. You know, they've been dead for 30 years, all of them. But they're up there. Oh man, I'm an entertainer. I like, you know, the body I'm in. I'm comfortable with what I do, and I like to be me and not be fake me. It's not, you know, you go out and see three different pentagrams on the road all at the same time. You know, it's like, come on.
Well, it
No.
totally
No.
defeats the purpose of seeing a band live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you're seeing like a glorified, like not
Yeah.
even a movie, you
Is
know?
artificially, you know, enhanced with perfection. The robots. Mm-mm. No, music's from the heart and the guts and the soul. And no, I don't like computer generated band. Oh, forget it. Not my cup of tea, baby. Uh-uh.
Yeah, I'm glad we'll never see a robot Bobby Liebling. That'd be
I'm in
made
a
by
new
Skynet.
abominator. Thank you.
Coming for your cigarettes.
Spare the world. Come for your children. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
uh-uh.
Oh God, man.
No, I'm just little old me.
It's
No,
just so terrifying with AI because like I'm in my 20s, so I'm gonna hopefully I don't see the end of the world with AI. You know what I mean?
no, you won't. But you never know. It's coming sooner than you think. But no.
Yeah, it's like just so crazy, man, because you see people who will take like Elvis's voice and put it over different songs
Yeah.
through AI. And AI is such a new thing. It's like, what's that going to look like in like 10, 20 years?
Yeah, it's going to look pretty hokey, is what it's going to look like to me. It's like
Yeah.
they're running rampant with the ball, it's like all over the field. Oops, I'm running the wrong way. Well, it doesn't matter. You can run anywhere you want.
Yeah. Yeah. I
There's
was
no
that.
rules yet.
Yeah, it's very lawless. I was shocked when I saw like the Beatles were like using it for their single, their
Yeah.
last song or whatever.
I like
Um,
that too. I think it was really good. It was really cool. I liked it.
yeah, yeah.
No,
I think it could have been mixed better, but I thought it was good.
yeah, it was really cool. It sounded like the Beatles. Most
Yeah,
definitely. A lot of
yeah.
John. I liked.
A lot of Jean for sure. Well, listen, man, it was great talking to you, and I'm really, really excited for this album.
You too. Thank you, Dakota, for having me.
Of
Dakota,
course, man, anytime.
still Dakota? Still going by Dakota? No?
Dakota?
No, okay. No,
What? Was that a
nothing.
reference I didn't get? Or
No,
did you think I was a
no,
different person?
no. I know who you are.
Okay. I'm
I
still in
not that
Boston,
I'm
not
not
Dakota,
senile. I'm not senile and I'm not a crook.
and you're not a robot.
I'm not a crook.
Yeah. All right. Well, what's the best way for people to stay in touch with everything Pentagram as well as like staying updated with the news about this new release?
The new websites will open up this week. In a week from now, they also will come online and you'll be able to watch us, do stuff. Look for Pentagram the band and probably this is tentatively what we'll be using is it'll still be Pentagram official, the band. And the Pentagram on Instagram can still be you'll get to it, don't worry. We'll, we'll make sure everyone is enlightened very, very vivaciously. Yeah.
Good. Well, I just have to ask because I just want this album. I don't want everyone to know about it. I have very high hopes after seeing, the label, what you've said about it on Instagram. This is looking to be one of the best releases from the band, which is so crazy, man. Like even Judas Priest, Invincible Shield, which is like, it's so crazy. They released an album. Their first album was 50 years before Invincible Shield. And Invincible Shield is held as like one of the band's best releases from what I've heard from people. So I think this trend is continuing in other bands. And I think Pentagram will be a great example of that.
Well, thank you. I
Yeah.
very much appreciate it. And I hope everybody will keep on listening and keep sticking by our side and come around and join us for a little party here and there. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I'll see you on the road, man.
Okay.
Um,
Thanks so much for having me again.
of course, I'm Brandon Battick, and this is Disturbing the Priest.